What's up, guys?
AD, when you came to Memphis, you know you expected to compete for a championship, but it didn't go that way. But
Yeah.
what type of benefit? How were you beneficial to the growth of the younger guys going up? Because Gigi complimented you about how well you've helped him get through this year, and how have you seen your role as a mentor to all the younger guys on the team?
I mean, it would probably be better if they was to tell you how impact their game or how they feel. But for me, coming here, all I wanted to do is have a presence of winning, caring, and a competitive spirit whenever I touch the floor. Even though I didn't touch the floor that much this year, but every time I practice, I feel like I pushed the practice up another level, competing wise. Um, uh, yeah, I talked more, and I feel like I made a presence on the team in this short time.
Uh, Derek, for you, like this season with the way everything played out, I know at the beginning of the year you were talking about how much you wanted to win, how much you wanted to win.
Yes.
Um, how do you reflect on the way everything played out, and then going forward, what's next for you in terms of do you envision yourself coming back playing again next season with the Grizzlies?
I mean, this year was an up and down year, but it was a lot of great things that we got from it. Were the young guys that came in and played well, like Gigi, like Vince. A lot of 10 days that we signed came in and showed themselves too. Pip was one of them that I was surprised by. I was a big fan of in college, and seeing him up close, he could really play. And it was some bright moments. The way that we played at the end, we found our identity. We played with some urgency. We knew that moving the ball, that's how we could stay in games. And taking the right amount of threes, but the right threes at the right time, and limited our floaters so that we could get the right shots. Certain things that we changed, what coach did and the coaching staff did to try to help us and like control the game, slow the game down, and put guys in the right spot to be able to like do something on the floor or do the right thing on the floor and play well together. But yeah, the saying I'm going with this year is you got to see beauty in everything. And sometimes it's hard seeing that, but most people don't see it. But I grew to really see, or I'm trying to see beauty in everything, even with my ups and downs. But being here, yes, I'm coming back. I talked to Zach, I talked to Coach, and I didn't stop working out, even though y'all haven't seen me on the court. I've been working out every day. Twice a day sometimes, and yeah, I'm getting back to it. But this summer, it's all about attacking my rehab and my workouts, and continuing to just be disciplined.
Derek, here in the back. To just kind of piggyback off of that, being back in this city, a place that you've got like 2 decades worth of love and support here,
Yeah.
being on the bench and not being able to perform, but what was it just like to kind of encapsulate being back in this building where things kind of took off for you? And a second part of that, building that relationship with Ja on the bench when you guys are both out. Your son is playing for his AAU team. How does that work? Because you Adidas and, he Nike, so,
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's all full circle, bro. Coming back here, having my family here, my wife family's from here, being back in this arena, having some of the people that came to my college games actually come to my professional games here. Like, it's all love having my son be here and understanding that it's important for his growth too. He told me that he wants to be in the NBA, so I got to hold him to that standard. And for him to see this, the guy's routine, him shooting on the court, him building confidence, him talking to Ja, being around Ja, just everything Ja represents as far as like a hooper and like a role model. Like, my son is able to see that firsthand. So I know I made the right decision by the smile that my son gets on his face when he's in the same van with Ja. or he's with his dad, or we're having a conversation and he's talking about tea and his bucket hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, those moments are like priceless. And even though, like I said, the year wasn't what I wanted to be, far from that, but you have to see beauty in everything. And that's the beauty that I see, what I got out of it. And not only that, what my son gets out of it, where I probably he'll probably have to tell you how it feels, but looking back, it's kind of like a cool ordeal to like see and like, yeah, see how it's playing out, and living it in real time, having gratitude, living in every moment, living in joy. It's a lot of people that live in happiness, but happiness I feel like it's temporary. So with joy, I feel like that's what this bond, or me coming here, like that's what I'm fulfilling within myself and within my family, and with me building my family, is like joy, where it's living in every moment, cherishing every moment, protecting every moment. And yeah, I never thought that I would have got this from being here. My bad. Yeah, my bad. I'm a little sick, y'all. I had a cluster headache, all that. So
We've seen PJ's game. We've seen him out on the court shooting. So I'm curious what the recruitment process was like for Ja to get him on the team. Was that a hard sell, or I'm sure PJ had options, right? So how did that end up happening?
it was really PJ texting me every day, just being persistent. Are you buying him? Are you on the plane? Can you get him the phone? I asked. I'm like, no, bro. Like, I'm trying to give him space. Then one day recently we was in San Fran, and I showed this uncle Phil the text of PJ asking to be on the team, and we got it done. Thank God they got it done. But just a small moment to something that's going to be big.
Derrick, in the back. Back here.
My bad.
No, you're all
bad,
good.
bro.
You've come really close to winning a championship. You've gone head-to-head with teams that have done it. You know what it looks like to win at the highest level. When you think about this team, if everyone comes back healthy next year, guys like Gigi and Vince taking that next step, the culture, the environment here, does this team, this organization, have what it takes to make that championship leap in your mind?
Yeah, I think so, and I know so. With, like I said, seeing the bright spots, the young guys that stepped up, knowing that we have a identity, something that we can hang our hat on with defense and the way that we move the ball. I feel like we could challenge any team. You see the guys that were out there, they were just giving a consistent effort, and they were staying in games. So with that being the fabric of who we are, you plug in the pieces with a Ja, with a Dez, with a Jaren. Like, I feel like we'll be able to compete against anybody.
Derrick, right here. When you initially joined the team, you said you weren't doing any of the babysitting, particularly when it came to Morant. I can tell that the relationship has been positive just because of what you're talking about with your son. But Ja called you a big brother. Just interpersonally, how have you guys been able to kind of push each other and learn from each other, even having lockers next to each other and such?
I mean, we've been talking, but we're still feeling each other out. Like it's. You have to be, just gotta be patient. I haven't worked out with him yet still. So it's a process, you know what I mean? Like me coming in, not wanting to seem like I'm following someone or like chasing after someone, and giving him his space. So it's all about timing too. Like the timing will be right, but you just got to be patient with it. But it's growing. You see it's growing. My son playing with his team. It's not saying like when we're around each other it's awkward. It's not that. But as far as like that moment, we haven't had that, but we will soon.
Derrick over here. Man, it seems like it's almost a full circle moment because when you talk about your son asking about Ja, I remember when you were younger and your teammates had kids, and they used to do that with you, right?
Yeah.
Wondering
No,
that part of it. So just to see that full circle moment, man, props to you and respect
Appreciate
for you
it.
and your family on that. What I wanted to ask is, just being sort of personifying perseverance in yourself, how much do you think that just your presence and what you've gone through can help this team coming off of a historically, injury-riddled type year that they've gone through, but putting the mental pieces back together that they can come back from this?
Like I said, you probably will have to ask them how what they see and what their perspective is. But I know coming in, I lead in a different way. I lead by actually by example. I feel like it takes a certain type of discipline to get to where I'm at, and to make it through these years and keeping your body up to par to even go out there and to be on the court, like stretching the night before a game or prepping for 15 or 20 minutes or whatever it is the night before a game or a day before a game, or how much time you have to put aside just for body work. And it's things that I don't show, or the process of learning my body, how many MRI scan images you have to take if you tweak something. I've been in that machine probably 1,000 times, but because I don't like saying the word sacrifice, so I use a chess term. I made a gambit to get to where I'm at, and a gambit is nothing but positioning yourself, putting a piece in a move to get taken to position yourself to get the results that you want. And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now.
Talking about all that, I mean, you're a guy who went through lengthy amounts of time in your career where you couldn't play.
Yeah.
Ja's kind of going through that now. He only got 9 games in. What do you? I know you mentioned earlier you're still feeling out the relationship, but I'm curious, have you spoken to him at all, and have you gotten any sense of what his mindset is going into next year after, more so than a lot of guys, this was a lost year for him?
No, I mean, he's doing everything right. When I say a role model, it's not me just saying this because I'm trying to plug him up or do anything to plug him or anything. It's what I see. I see him coming in on time. I see him being a great teammate. I see him being a great professional. I see him talking to everybody in the building. I see him smiling every time I see him. I see him work and not complain. Or if he's complaining, he's saying it in a hilarious way where everybody's laughing. I see a pro. I know a pro when I see one, and he's a pro. So to see that up close, and like I said, to see that my son is looking up to someone like him, certain individuals, my son look like someone like Jalen Brunson, to see him actually have a relationship with those guys, I'm thrilled to see what type of player he's going to become. So he can only, it's going to rub off. So, I'm just grateful to be in this situation, grateful to have even a year like I had, because it made me think of things with more brevity. And I'm just grateful to be here. Thanks, y'all.